Welcome back. Today we are asking what what is the most interesting thing you have learned lately? Oh goodness, I forgot this. Yeah, what is the most interesting thing that you have learned lately? It's on my phone. Okay. Taking tea. Oops, oh Jesus. Hi, welcome back to Post-Traumatic Bliss. Today we are asking what's the most interesting thing that you've learned lately? Hey, welcome back. Today we are asking what's the most interesting thing you've learned lately? What has it been? William Perozzo, hello. Sniper. Hi, Sniper. You're saying I'm beautiful. Wow. Yeah, today we are asking what's the most interesting thing you've learned lately? You subscribed. Oh my goodness. Let me send you some love, love. Love, love, love. William Perozzo subscribed. You're welcome to Post Traumatic Bliss. What's the most interesting thing, William and Sniper? What's the most interesting thing you've learned lately? Hi, Noah. I'm from Kenya, but I live in California. Don't worry, I'm not near Hollywood, where it's burning. My pastor said Hollywood is the capital of Satan. I'm like, what? Oh, what? Pastors can be brutal. Today we are asking, what's the most interesting thing you've learned? You learned how to draw. Oh wow. Did you use that book, Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain? I would love to know how to draw. Eric, you're back. Nice to see you, Eric. Eric, today we are asking what's the most interesting thing you have learned lately? What has it been? What have you learned? Oh my goodness. I have hands like a mom. Eric has a weird obsession with hands. tell you, let me see your hands, let me see, look at my hands. They're just normal hands, you know. I'm also playing one of my favorite games. William, what's that game? What's that game? Yeah, I don't have 6 fingers like that guy from The Princess Bride, Indigo Montoya. They're just 10, like every normal human. Eric, I'm not a hands model. Like, how do you model? Fortnite. Okay. I know a lot of. How old are you, William? I think that's like a teenager's game. Today we were asking, what have you learned lately? I was a few days ago. I was practicing how to make um, the flatbread, Kenyan flatbread. We call it chapati. In India, they call it roti. So I learned how to 11. I knew. It's kids who are playing games these days. Yeah. Do you play Roblox? K-Blocks? Was it? What's the name of that game? Yeah. Today we are asking, what's the most interesting thing you have learned lately? What have you learned to do lately? We're always learning new things, and sometimes we don't catch ourselves in the process of learning them. Oh, you played sometime? Cool, cool. What's the next thing that you're looking forward to learn, William? Today we are asking, what's the most interesting thing you have learned to do lately? I learned how to do Kenyan chapatis. It's like a flatbread. If you see some of my live videos, you will see me making some flatbread. It's interesting because they used to come out very like crunchy, usually nice chapatis need to be soft. You can fold them, you can eat them with some stew or something that you like. But mine, they just used to come out like, you know how Jesus, like in those movies where he cracks the bread and it's like that's how mine used to come out. But now they're coming soft because I've been practicing. We learn through repetition. Everything you want to learn, if you want to just be good at something, you just repeat. So, what's the next thing that you're looking forward to learn? And I am a mental health coach, and I'll be posting a video today. Oh, where are you that you're supposed to have 5 inches of snow? There is no going anywhere. Wow, that must be cold. Are you like in your minus? Like the temperature, is it already in the minus category? Below zero? Wow. What state is that? What state are you from? I'm here in California, and you have seen it's strange that there are fires in the middle of the winter. Usually we get fires in the fall, not in the dead middle of the winter, which is very, very strange. But we have had we've been having, what do you call them? The Santa Ana winds. I think these winds are coming from Mexico. So they come in and it's very, very windy. Illinois. Yeah, that must be cold. Ooh, That must be cold. I went there once. I passed through Illinois. I was going to South Bend in Indiana. I passed through Illinois, and oh my goodness, they make you pay that road from Indiana to Illinois. They make you pay all the time. There's so many stop signs, and it was in the middle of the winter too. It was cold. I had a boyfriend there, so I used to move from here to there because his family moved there, and then I just couldn't do it anymore. Yeah, so it's been where I live. It's not very Hollywood is burning, but you know, I'm kind of like, it's Hollywood. It's Hollywood. I feel bad for them, but it's not like I'm crying at night. It's sort of like the same way like Trump got shot. Everybody felt bad for him, but nobody was home crying about it. It's the same way with Hollywood, yeah, at this time. We hope they get through it. They are very rich people there, so people like Paris Hilton. I saw that her house got on fire. Like, it's Paris Hilton. They own all the Hilton hotels. She probably has some insurance on her home, I'm not crying about it. I just wish that people didn't lose their lives. I think there were like 5 people who died from the fire. That is serious. That is serious. Welcome, guys. If you're new here, we have a channel here, and today we are asking, what's the most interesting thing you have learned? Drop it down on the comments. We want to know what's the most interesting thing that you have learned. Yeah, William says he learned how to play Fortnite. Describe the game for us, William. I've really never played Fortnite. I don't even know the game. What's the game like? Oh, tell me. Tell us. Tell us. Tell us. We are all ears. We are all listening. What do you need to tell us? Oh, oh, no wonder you like it. You like shooting at things, and then it's racing like Legos. How long do you spend time? How much time do you say on average do you spend playing Fortnite? And what times do you play Fortnite? It must be a good game. Hey, welcome back. If you're new here, we're talking about the most interesting things that we have learned lately. I learned how to make chapatis. No, do you mean that you're playing Fortnite 24 hours? For 24 hours? Are your parents not watching you? Are your parents not going like, hey, William, you can't play that game for so long. Level 243. Oh, how many levels are there in that game? That's a long time to spend. Yeah, if you're new here, it's unlimited. Man, they know how to get you guys hooked. It has unlimited levels. So how do you know like you are at the highest? How do you know that how you're comparing with other players? Do you ever get out to get some sun? Or, are you in school? Oh, wow. So you're almost there. You're almost there. Wow. You got two more, and then you're like right there at the top. Huh. That game must be good. That game must be good. So every time you probably go to the next level, your brain gets a hit of dopamine. It has like that feel good hormone that makes you go to the next, go to the next, go to the next. And you have to be careful though, because when something is good, we enjoy it, but also it can be addictive because it's giving us a hit of dopamine, and we like it, and we like it, and it's easy, especially because you're going to become a teenager soon, and it seems like your parents are not regulating you. They're not trying to stop you. Make sure you don't get addicted. That's interesting. Yeah, today we're talking about things that we have learned lately, and William is talking about his experience with Fortnite. It's a game. He has like 245 skins in that game, and he's on level 243. He's doing good. He is killing it. Oh, wow. You already are? What? You already are at level 245? So, are your parents watching you? Do they tell you to stop playing? Like, hey, William, stop playing, come back, have some dinner, or go walk the dog, or, but it's very cold. You said you're Illinois, so I mean, you're just stuck in the house. Like playing, yeah, because video games can be addictive. Because every time you're playing, your brain gets a hit of dopamine. It's the feel good hormone. So it makes you feel good. And that's why anything that is pleasurable, anything that makes you feel good can be addictive. Because if it made you feel bad, you would not want to do it, and you wouldn't want to repeat it, you know. So anything that can be highly pleasurable can be risky. You get what I mean? It's risky. Good things are nice, like sugar is nice, but it can be addictive. Yeah. Yeah, so take breaks even when you feel like, oh, I just want to keep going. So, another thing that we don't think is addictive, but I found that it's also very addictive among teenagers, but honestly, it's not just teenagers. People like to say it's only teenagers, but adults also don't take responsibility, because I'm an adult, and I know a lot of people who are even older than me, that say they are addicted to, the swiping. Like swiping, we like to swipe, is because the next video is more interesting, and the next one is also interesting, and the next and the next and the next. And the swiping itself gives us a hit of dopamine because it's pleasurable to the eyes, to the senses, to the ears. There's like all these cinematic booms, there, color, and our brain likes that. The brain loves that. So we kind of like to swipe, and it can be addictive. So much so that they say the brain on TikTok and the brain on cocaine is exact same. I know. I know. So we have to be careful about the swiping. Anyway, today we are talking about what's the most interesting thing that you have learned lately. And yeah, hit the subscribe button. Yeah, I know. I know. So, yeah, or something that you're looking forward to learn that will take you to the next level of where you want to go, something interesting that you would like to learn. I remember when I got interested in studying the brain. I was watching Oprah, like something on YouTube, and I saw this video of a woman. She had had a stroke, and she recovered from the stroke after 8 years of therapy. She had forgotten everything, including her name. And when she was on Oprah, she had already recovered and written a book after going through a stroke. William, you're saying, "Oh, I'm trying to learn Spanish." Hola, do you have Duolingo? Do you have Duolingo? I'm learning Spanish too. I have Duolingo. This app. I have this app for helping me learn Spanish so that I can hablar español. Hablo español. Yeah. So anyway, I started. I that interview just made me want to learn how to like the human brain works. That's why I'm able to give you advice on like addiction and how swiping is addictive, and also anything that's highly pleasurable has the potential to be addictive. Even shopping, because shopping is nice. Who doesn't want new things, nice new things? But it can be addictive and costly. You know, it puts people in debt. Yeah, so I got addicted to learning about the brain. And so I buy books about people who have studied the brain. And it's interesting. You start off with a small habit, and then it grows. And now I have a mental health channel on the brain just from that one interview. Life is a trip. Wait, I need to sit on something. This thing is too soft. Yeah, I need like it's too soft. Yup, yup. William is trying to learn Spanish. What are you trying to learn? What are you trying to learn? Or what is the most interesting thing that you have learned lately? Something that is just interesting. And you're like, "Oh wow, I just got myself started on this. Today we are talking about what we have learned lately that's kind of interesting, something that, you know, nobody else is probably thinking that you're learning about it, or you haven't given it some thought, something that you want to learn. Learning is magic. If you want to move your life from where you are to where you need to be or something, you have to repeat something, learn something repeatedly to get you from where you are to where you want to be. Learning is how we grow. We grow through learning, we evolve through learning. So what's the thing that you're evolving with? What's the thing that is changing your brain lately? It's all about rewiring the brain and wiring it. So what is wiring your brain? What are you learning? What's the most interesting? Maybe you're learning how to cook, or maybe you found something interesting on the news, or something you are watching on YouTube and now you're curious and you want to learn. What is it? What is it that you're like, huh? You know, I'm here. I like to inspire people about mental health. Um, just being happy, taking the step in your life to be happy, to make the purpose, like to purpose your life that you want to be happy, and start learning about what it takes to be happy. For example, it takes a strong, healthy body to be happy, and a lot of people don't exercise, and they don't understand why their moods don't change. It's because your chemical signature in your body, your levels of stress, they shift when you exercise. You shift them. They become, you lower stress by exercise. If you want to pursue happiness, you at least need to know the basics, kind of, you know. That's why I got into mental health. And if you want to reduce things like anxiety, you can practice things like yoga. Yoga is very powerful because it taps into the autonomic nervous system, the breathing, because breathing is kind of autonomous. You can just breathe and without thinking about it. And yoga focuses that energy of breathing with movement. The way you move your body, you know, like when you're doing chaturanga, you're breathing out, upward facing dog, you're breathing in, you know, downward facing dog, you're breathing out. Your body is moving with the flow of the breath. And this is affecting your whole nervous system. So if you have anxiety, a practice like yoga can train your brain to into calmness. And you do it over time and your brain changes. And if you think about people who are talking about rewiring your brain, wiring your brain, they're talking about creating neural connections for calm. So we learn through, when we learn, we create neurons. Every time you learn something, you create neurons, and then it creates a network of neurons. So the more you learn, the more networks of these neurons you're creating in your brain and in your body. And people who become very good at it, they have like complex neurons in their brain. It's like a program that can be observed with the myelin sheath wrapped around each neuron. That means that's a program, and then they connect. That's why people who are, we have like neurodiversity, like people who learn different things, you know, they are neurodivergent. What are you learning? What's the most interesting thing that you're learning? Because you're actually shaping your brain by learning this new thing that you learn. And that's why I find it interesting. You know, what is it that you're learning? What is it that you're learning? What is shaping your brain? You know, William is trying to learn Spanish, and I think that's wonderful because we learn through repetition, because that's how we build neural connections. So if you give yourself a good 10 years of just repeating learning Spanish, even if it's just every day doing 5 minutes, you become fluent in the language. And it's just a small habit that adds up. And I mean, even by the time you're 3 years into it, you're pretty big. You're going to be pretty good. And by the time you're 3 years into it, it will no longer be an effort that you're making. It will be something so part of your life that you're just doing it naturally. It's part of your lifestyle. So for me, I like it. I like pursuing the health of the brain. So what are you learning? Drop it on the chat here. Let us know. Let us know what it is that you're learning or something that you're aspiring to learn, because it's going to change your brain. It eventually changes your brain. So let us know. Okay, I'm a geek about that. So you've seen how geeky I can be about the brain. I'm literally very geeky about it. Hi, Eric. Eric is obsessed with beautiful hand gestures. Eric, where are you from? Where are you from? Why, why do you like hands very much? Like, are you obsessed with hands? What is it about hands? Do you draw? Maybe you could start drawing. Um, maybe you could take up learning how to draw, and you can draw. Oh, you're in San Diego. Oh, nice. You're like 2 hours away from me. Yeah, I think you can you can learn how to draw and draw hands. You seem like you like drawing, like you're drawn to people's hands. How why? Like, when did you start that? Why are you into people's hands? That's very interesting about you. Yeah, today we are talking about, welcome to the live chat. This is post-traumatic bliss. My name is Kanini. Yeah, today we are talking about the most interesting things that we have learned. So what have you learned? Please, please drop in the chat below. Eric says, I have always been attracted to feminine hands. So you think mine are feminine? Nice. I have feminine hands, guys. Eric gave me the vote of confidence in that area. Okay, that's interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, tell us. Tell us what's the most interesting thing that you are learning? Eric, what's the most interesting, apart from hands and hand gestures, what's the most interesting thing that you are learning? Today we are talking about the most interesting things that we are learning lately, or something that you are curious about, wanting to learn more about. Drop it on the chat. Maybe somebody here knows something a little bit more about it, and we can discuss about it. You know, William says he's learning Fortnite. He's actually very advanced at Fortnite. If you have any experience with Fortnite, drop it on the comment below. Rohit says, keep smiling, which of life's problems will be solved by being sad. I love that, Rohit, that you're saying, you've come to the conclusion. Something that interesting that you have learned is that you keep smiling because none of life's problems are solved by being sad. Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? Somebody give me a comment on Rohit's statement right here. It's very profound. No matter what you're going through in life, worrying or worry will not solve your problems. Being sad will not solve your problems. In fact, it will make your problems even worse. So a lot of people learn the humble way. A lot of people learn to be the humble warrior. You know, when you say, okay, shit's going down and I'm in the middle of it and I'm gonna keep smiling and I'm keep going, you just have to have that mindset. You just have to have that mindset, like it's going down, and there's nothing I can do. Maybe there's something I can do, but I'm not going to cry about it. I'm not going to cry about it at all. Let me give you a sad story. One of my friends, he was somewhere having, I think he was in the Philippines somewhere, on a holiday, on a vacation, having a good time. Then he has a stroke and he has to come back to the US. And so they fly him to one of these hospitals here in Hogue. And they tell him, oh, you have brain cancer. And immediately he knows that it's going to be fatal. He's not gonna make it. And he switched his mind. He's like, okay, I know it's going down. I know I'm going down. But he didn't go out crying. He went out so brave, so brave. The hero he's always had been in his mind. He never let the cancer, even for one day, take away his happiness or make him sad or anything. He just went out like a hero. He said, I know I'm going out in 6 months, it's over. And he was like, I'll see you. He started inviting all his friends to come and see him. And towards the end of the 5 months, he could not recognize anybody. But people had come, seen him, they were helping him. Even towards the very last minute, people were out there helping him. And I was like, wow, Jeff, he taught me a lesson. He taught me a lesson on, on going out like a pro. Rohit, what you just said, what you just said right there. You're incredibly, okay, all right. Eric, tell us something that's not sexual in nature. Just tell us something productive. We are talking about productive things, like things that are mind expanding here. You're trying to figure out the black hole. Can you please? Can you please? Only problems can arise from stress. If you want to find a solution, then you will have to smile. It was Albert Einstein who said, you cannot solve a problem from the same level of consciousness. That is, the problem is here. If your consciousness is here, you will not solve the problem. Something has to give. You have to rise up beyond that problem so that you can solve it, So being here and be like, I have a problem, I have a problem, I have a problem. I'm about to sneeze. 1 second. I think it's going to go away. Okay. So he says, you have to rise above it. So rising above your problem is when you find a solution. And that's the same thing Rohit is saying there. If you want to find a solution, then you will have to smile. You will have to smile. We should all learn something. We should all learn something from that. All that, even sometimes you wake up and you're like, this day. But if you can remember that actually complaining about the day even before it started, that is not going to solve anything. You become like the top 1%. Incredible. It's a mindset thing. Rohit, are you into mindset training? Do you study the brain and study the mind? Yeah, because I think a lot of times we are not able to find solutions to our problems because nobody told us that our emotions dictate almost 90% of how we are going to move through life. If you can train your emotions, you can succeed through life easily. But we are never taught that our mind, that there is no other show in the life. There is no other show in life. The only show that you're having in life is your mind. Everything is happening within your mind. So whether it's what you're experiencing, a movie, joy, sadness, it's not out there. It's all here in your mind. It's your own, like television that's personal for you. It's like your own personal experience. Everything is happening in your mind. The rest is like a show, but everything is being experienced here. That's why we all go through life, but we all have very different experiences. Rohit says, people say keep money, it will be useful in bad times. We say stay with good people, bad times will not come. Wisdom right there, yeah. Stay with good people, bad times, you will not see bad times. You will not see bad times because good people create success, create good times. They'll be there for you. Even when something goes wrong, you will not even feel it. You know, you're choosing your experience. It's true. You're choosing your experience in life. You're choosing your friends. You're choosing the people you surround yourself with. You're choosing the television show of your life by the choices you make. You know, it's kind of like choosing a TV show. When you choose a TV show, you're choosing your experience. You know, I want this experience, I want this experience. The same with your mindset. When you choose your mindset, you're choosing your life experience. So it's like if you say, I'm going to smile throughout life, you're choosing that experience. You're saying, I'll see problems, I'll smile through them. You know, and you're choosing that experience. Yeah. Your mindset is the number one thing. Your mindset is number one. It's the experience that you want. Today we are talking about, if you're here, if you're new, today we're talking about the most interesting thing that you have learned lately, or something that you're curious about learning. Maybe something caught your eye, caught your attention, and you're like, I want to find out more. Learning changes our brain and how we experience life. You know, learning can make your life easier. When you learn, especially about mindset, it can really make your life easier. Because, like Rohit says, you can decide to go through life smiling or complaining. And when you realize that that mindset of complaining and worrying doesn't help your life experience, and you can choose good friends and you can go through life smiling, you just switch that mindset. So that's something interesting that Rohit has learned. What have you learned? What have you learned? What's the most interesting thing that you have learned lately? Put it right here on the comment so that we can read about it and discuss a little bit some more. Because life is about sharing and growing so that we can grow and learn from you. Yeah, so yeah, and I'm learning also about editing videos, about editing my shots. That puts me, today I'm going to post a video because today is Friday. I post videos on Fridays, on Tuesdays, so that you can watch. Today it will be a very interesting video about this couple that stayed together in very difficult times. So make sure you watch that video. It will not be on my live videos. It will be on my videos, like the long short videos, my work videos. So watch that video. Let me know on your or tomorrow what you thought about the video. I'm learning how to edit, so if you can give me tips on editing, you'll be very good friends with me for helping me understand how I can improve this online video editing game. Yeah. Yup. And you can also recommend content that you probably feel that you want to learn more about, because I like, by the way, I put this channel for you guys. This is not my channel, it's for everybody else who is watching. So I want to create the experience that helps you grow on this channel because it's your channel. It's your channel. Even for you, Eric. Eric. I'm also learning this book. I'm reading this book, The Silva Mind Control Method. These guys have like classes, but I thought their classes were kind of expensive, so I decided, well, let me read the book first, and if the book seems interesting, then I'll probably take their classes. I don't know. I don't think I'll take their classes for now. I'll read the book, and on Tuesday, I did a piece about I did a story, and I have a story from this book. So if you want to know more about this, the Silva Mind Method, and what I learned from this book, watch my video on Tuesday. It will be interesting. Yeah, they say it's the world's most famous mind control course. I'm not going to take their classes so far. I'll read the book. So far the book is interesting. I would have wanted to see like more scientific stories from the book, like something that has a kind of like an explanation based on science. But I don't think this guy is not a doctor. So, mostly I don't like reading books that are not from a doctor. I like to read books that are written by a doctor, but there are some things like the story that I'm going to do on Tuesday. There is things that, from my understanding, I already know about the nervous system and how it works. So I'm not saying that it's a sham of a book or anything. It's actually can be backed by science, some of the things that he's saying, but the thing is he doesn't give the scientific explanation for them. That's my biggest critique on this book, is that the scientific, I like science. I like people who explain why with science. And even if I know the why from reading this book, I think somebody else who doesn't have the background that I have on mental health and the human brain may not know the why. Yeah, so that's like my biggest critique on this book. But I think it's a nice book. I think it's a nice book for people who don't like to ask a lot of questions and they just believe what they are told. I mean, it's a nice quality to believe somebody who is a great teacher and what they tell you if you don't have an explanation for things yourself. But I find that it's also nice to be curious, and it's also nice to be curious and figure out and ask yourself questions. So what I'd say, yeah, with this book, it's a nice read, but it will not explain the why behind some of the things that they say. You would have to still study mental health and the human brain if you want to have a deeper understanding. I mean, understanding mental health, I've always made it easy on my channel. It's about really understanding the nervous system. If you understand the nervous system, you can understand mental health. If you can understand fight or flight, the fight or flight method, like fight or flight, you will understand mental health. If you can understand homeostasis, balance, the rest and digest state of mind, then you can understand why we do yoga, why we do breathing exercises, why we eat healthy, or why we choose good friends, people who encourage us, people who are supportive. Is because it will maintain homeostasis. Those kinds of things, they maintain balance. And balance is good mental health. Balance is good mental health. It's really just that simple. You don't want to be around people who put you on the edge all the time. It's bad mental health because they kick you out of homeostasis, they kick you out of balance. Pretty much, when you understand, like, we live in two states, one that is off balance and then the other one which is in balance. And you will find most religious things, they tell you God is good. They're talking about this state of balance where you've reached balance and homeostasis, where everything is good. And a lot of times people kick themselves out of balance because they have a negative mindset, or they don't love themselves, or they entertain negative thoughts or a pessimistic outlook on life. They'll be kicking themselves out of balance, like all the time. They're knocking themselves out of homeostasis. If you understand that and you take a book like this, a lot of things will make sense. But if you don't understand that and you take a book like this, it's going to be confusing. Yeah, it can be confusing. So we got like 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes, and then I'll bounce and go do, other things related to my class. I have a mental health course coming up. I'm almost finishing that mental health course. If you want to learn about more self-love, how to maintain balance in your life, and how to achieve even things that you have a gap, that here you are and you want to go here in your life, there's a gap there, and you want to know what you can do to bridge that gap to get you from where you are to where you want to be. I'm offering classes. I'm doing a 2-week challenge. You should sign up for the 2-week challenge so you get to learn a lot, and then you just start practicing and doing the things that will propel you to where you want to be. And that's why we are talking about learning. What's the most interesting things you have learned? Mindset. For me, the most interesting things I have ever learned regarding my mental health and, where I want to go in life, all of it had to do with mindset. Mindset. So we have 7 more minutes. Let me know, what's the most interesting thing that you have learned? If you look at your life and be like, what's the most interesting thing that you have learned? We want to know about it. We want to know about it. And maybe you can bless us with a life lesson. Maybe you can teach us something new that we need to be aware of as we move through life as well. And that's why we are here sharing our experiences. It's the people that share their experiences in life that move the needle. That's why we have a channel like this, Post-Traumatic Bliss, because I want to share not just my story, but even other people's stories who have been through trauma and they have come out of it and have seen a lot of success in their life. It doesn't matter where you are. If you have been traumatized, stressed, and you want to move from that level to this level, this is where you are. You found this channel by good fortune, because everything we talk about is how to move from here to where you want to go, right? I will show you how to get there. I see we have 6 more minutes. if you have learned something lately, share in the comments below. Because when you guys share what we are talking about, when you share, then it's more engaging. Then I have a reason to go live tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, you know? That's how people build a little community, online community, is by commitment, by sharing, by enriching lives, you know? So we're here about sharing, caring, and enriching lives. So feel free to share, like Rohit and Eric are doing, and William was sharing this morning. Yes, yeah. Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. And also, you can always feel free to share whatever you're going through. If you're going through something in life, we are in a community here to help you. Like, is there something, before actually we end, we only have 4 minutes. Yeah, is there something that you're going through that you would like to share first? Is there something that you're going through and you're feeling lonely about it, and you think that sharing might help you, and other people might help you, might encourage you here? You know, we can do whatever we can to give you good advice. We're not giving money. We don't have money to give yet. um, yeah, if we had, we'd give. Would give money if we had. But if you're going through something and you want to share it on the comments below and see if somebody can help you, give you some advice, give you some encouragement, we have 4 minutes. Take the floor, take the chance. Sharing is caring. Caring, sharing, enriching lives. You know, enriching lives. Sometimes we might be going through something and we cannot talk to our families about it, or our friends about it. We are nervous about what they might say. So feel free to ask away. And let me tell you, I have some wisdom under this belt. I have some wisdom. I can give you some advice, but I think also other people here who care about your happiness, they'll also give you advice if you're going through something and you would like to share. Please do. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. This is Post Traumatic Bliss. We've been live right now for 57 minutes, 58 minutes. We have 2 more minutes. We usually do 1 hour. And when Shai is here, when I'm alone, I do 1 hour sessions. When Shai is here with me as a guest, we can do 2 hours sometimes. So yeah, feel free to subscribe. You'll be seeing us online a lot. And this is your channel where we share, we care, and we enrich lives. And yeah, just having people that you're familiar with to see every day, to talk to engage with, to smile with, to, you know, I've seen same faces every time. Rohit is usually here, Eric is usually here. We have other people, you know, like Goob, Brad is usually here. I think Brad and William. I'll see if next time they are online together because they both like playing games and staying in the house. They can become friends. Um, yeah, all that nice stuff. So, yeah, on the last minute here, I've been sitting here for 1 hour, but you know, it's my pleasure that I like hanging out and making new friends. So let me see. Okay, let me see. He is out. Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. We are hitting. Okay. We are almost done. We are almost done with today's. We are almost done. We're done with today's live chat. So, guys, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.